Hey gamers, it's Joe the Apostate Cow here. I thought I would do something a little bit different. I don't normally reply to many comments in the comment sections of my videos. I'm just not good at typing, and sometimes, it's just comments that there's really not much to say, or they're troll or nasty comments, in which case I delete or ban people or whatever. But, I tend to not even respond to constructive comments very often. Like I said, just because it's a pain in the ass and you end up going back and forth, typing, and I misspell shit because I'm trying to type fast and everything. So I thought I would just take a moment and actually make a video addressing some of the comments. I'm going to start with RPG Fan 1985. Now, by the way, these comments are all from my previous video, which was called Xbox Fanboys Are the Worst. I put a link in the description. If you haven't seen it, you can go watch it. I'm also going to put a link to the video that I made contrasting the difference between the internal hard drives on the PS4 and the Xbox One, because I'm sure that will come up, because I've already created little photos for these comments, or little screenshots rather, so I know that's going to come up as well. So there's links to both of those videos down below. Okay, RPG Fan 1985 says, as being a fan of Xbox, I do agree with you on everything you said. Fanboys are the fucking worst. I'm talking about all fanboys, not just Xbox. I could never say one side is worse when both are equally stupid and ignorant. I've been around gaming for a very long time, and I've heard some of the most stupidest shit from PlayStation 3 guys and the Xbox 360 guys. And remember, fanboys only make up 1% that allowed us, but nowhere's near the demographic. I don't know what you mean by not near the demographic, but that's okay. First of all, RPG Fan 1985, by your name, I'm going to assume you were probably born in 1985. So you said you've been around gaming a long time. Well, guess what, dude? I'm older than you and been around gaming even longer. I'm not even going to say what year I was born, but you guys know I'm well into my 30s. So anyway, okay. First of all, the reason I said in the video that the reason I say that Xbox fanboys are the worst, I'm talking about on the internet, particularly on YouTube. I didn't name any names in my video, but you guys know a lot of the people I'm talking about, okay? And it's just my experience. I don't see the PlayStation equivalent to these guys. I really don't. If they exist, then I'm not aware of them. I mean, I know there's people like 7th Level or Arbiter, which he hardly ever makes videos anymore. 7th Level makes videos once in a while. I don't see the same kind of behavior from them, okay? There just seems to be a lot greater numbers when it comes to these crazy Xbox fanboys, and they just seem to be more vitriolic, and they seem to be, like I said over and over in that video, pathetic, in that the stuff that they resort to and the lies and the damage control is just sad. And I don't see that on the other side, okay? Not as much, all right? Now, that's my experience. If you have had different experiences, then that's cool, all right? I wasn't stating it as an abject fact. Just from, I said over and over again, in my view, it seems like these ex-twats, okay? Not all Xbox fans, but in other words, these guys that are the hardcore fanboys, okay, are just seem to be much more lopsided in terms of dumb fuckery on the Xbox side. That's just my experience. As far as fanboys making up only 1%, who knows? I mean, the fact of the matter is, man, we're all, everybody on here that talks about gaming and the gaming industry, we're in a minority, okay? You think the majority of gamers give a fuck or even know half of the things that we know? I mean, do you know how many times I've had to, explain things to a GameStop employee? Okay, I mean, a guy who works in a game store. Hell, I had to explain stuff to a manager once about how the game industry works. That's right. So, yeah, I mean, we're in the minority here. So, all right. Next comment is from Kane2003, and he says, fans and fanboys, I didn't know they were different things. And Bracando, Paragon of Internet Faggots, says, fanboys are the lying, retarded corporate slaves we all hate. That's good job, bro. I just want to elaborate a little. To me, the difference between a fan and a fanboy is a fan says, hey, I have a preference for something. A fanboy is unwilling to see the faults in the thing that they like, does damage control no matter what, never really criticizes the thing that they like, and never sees the positives in the, let's say, other side. I mean, at this point, guys, I don't even like calling myself a PlayStation fan. You know what I like to say right now? I own a PS4 because in my opinion, or I bought a PS4 first and it's my go-to console, right? Because in my opinion, it's the better of the two right now as far as the, you know, Xbox One, and I'm not a Nintendo fan, you know, and I really don't have an interest in the Wii U. So that's why. I don't even want to say that, yeah, I'm a PlayStation fan. I mean, I guess I am. I'm a gaming fan, and I want to go where the games are. But it's just right now, PlayStation seems to be the better place to be for me, okay? And for a lot of people, actually. But that's how I would classify it, though. Fanboys, just damage control, never see the positive things in the console or whatever it is. It doesn't have to just be consoles. Whatever it is, they can never see the positives in the opposition, and they only see the positives in their own brand or whatever. They never criticize it themselves. So that's my take on that. Okay, Tirong, I don't even know how to pronounce your name, Tirongaji. We've actually had a few exchanges, and I think we even talked about this one. I just wanted to bring it up real quick, and that you wrote, also to be fair, yes, the X1 I guess you meant looks like a VCR, but so does the PS4. They both have terribly shitty designs. The PS3 just has a slant. Wow, a slanty VCR still looks like shit. Okay, well, first of all, let me delve into that. I don't know how many slanted VCRs you ever owned. Okay. Second of all, it isn't just about when I made comments about the gargantuan size of the Xbox One. It's more specifically about that. When I make the VCR reference, that's just, you know, a hip shot. It's just me being goofy. A lot of people have said that, you know, it looks like a 1983 VCR. The fact of the matter is, it is huge and heavy as fuck. If you guys pick this thing up, those of you who have never held, I mean, oh my God, you wouldn't believe how goddamn heavy it is. And it has an external power supply, which blows my mind. But anyway, it's the sheer size of it, how big and bulky, and in my opinion, and this is my opinion, unattractive it is. I mean, it's all right looking, okay, but I think the 360 Slim is way better looking, okay, and I think the PS4 is quite sleek looking. You know, so that's obviously, we have different opinions, you know, and you're entitled to yours. I don't think the PS4 looks like shit at all. And you put here a PS3 just has a slant. Obviously, you meant the PS4. I don't think I have criticisms of the PS4 design. I don't think it's a shitty design, like you said. But I do have criticisms. The feet underneath tends to wobble a little bit back and forth, very slightly. You know, I wish it had like 4 rubber feet on each corner, but it doesn't. It has like rubber in the middle. I don't quite understand that, but and there are other little things, like, for instance, the battery life on the DualShock 4. But as far as the box itself, the console itself, PS4 is pretty nice. I mean, even my wife, right? I think I said this to you. She even thinks the PS4 looks pretty good, and she's real picky about, you know, because the entertainment center's in the living room. Like, she used to hate the PS3 fat, and she hates what the Xbox One looks like. She doesn't like big, bulky, ugly, you know, boxes, you know. So I think the PS4 is a lot sleeker looking. It's almost, I wouldn't say half the size, but I would say between half and 2/3 of the size of the Xbox One, and it's certainly much lighter. But anyway, so that's enough about that. All right, Cy Rakin says, there's nothing wrong about being a fanboy. Fanboys don't mean you have to deny everything. Look at those Trekkies or Star Wars fans when they saw something that doesn't make sense. They just report it. But not the Xbox fanboys. At least Sony goes raw against Sony sometimes. Examples, The Last of Us Remastered full price, or Drive Club PS Plus, deal lost, or I don't know what you mean by deal. Oh, PS Plus deal, the Drive Club thing. Okay. Or even the PS Now price. It was Sony fans saying, fuck you very much, and we won't buy these. That's kind of what I was saying before, Pasirak, and however you say your name, is that I see a lot of the Sony guys. Again, I hate this whole thing about, I'm a Sony guy, I'm a Microsoft guy, or whatever. I'm a gamer, okay? But, you know, let's just go with this for a second, right? A lot of the Sony guys tend to criticize Sony. Myself included, if you want to call me a Sony guy, right? I raged about Drive Club. I talked about the Order 1886, how I think it's going to be mediocre. I've criticized PlayStation Now up, down, and sideways. Those videos were all deleted, so don't go looking for them. But, you there's a lot of things I could say negative about the PlayStation side of the fence. It's just that right now I feel like the Xbox side has been worse, and particularly the fanboys, you know. And I think what you're saying here is that fanboys doesn't mean you have to deny everything. See, but that comes down to semantics for me, like what I said before, that I think there is a difference between a fan and a fanboy. A fanboy is just, like you said, you're in total denial, damage control, you know, you don't see the positives and the other side, etc. So that's really more about definitions of words and all that kind of stuff. So Kratos says, and Cervantes said this as well, Xbox fanboys are now saying Sony is lying about the 18.5 million sold. Yeah, I mean, you know, why do they fucking care? Why do any of us care? I mean, sales... You know, I actually agree with what the Xbox fanboys were saying for a while. How, you remember before the Xbox One started coming on top in the U.S., right? For the last 2 months, they were saying sales don't matter over and over again. And I actually kind of agree with that. I want sales of both consoles because competition is good, and the more consoles get sold, the more game developers are inclined to you know, put more time and effort into the content and optimize them for the systems, etc. I want PC gaming to be successful too. I want the Wii U to be successful. But that's another story, you know. So, yeah, it's ridiculous for them to be denying this. Yeah, Sony's lying, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but can't people find out if they're lying? Won't NPD numbers bear this out? Won't there be ways to prove that they're lying? Why would they come out there and say that? I don't know, you know. Okay, now this next one is from Micah Kelly, and this one was actually a reply to another video. Now, I had already gone back and forth a few times with another guy, and so Micah Kelly wrote this in response to me, and so I just wanted to address this one here. Now, he goes, you said it yourself in the video, the Xbox One internal hard drive was never meant to be replaced, despite what you believe, but their solution is more elegant and works on a level that everyone understands. Plug in a USB device. Casuals have been doing it for years. I can't say everyone is completely comfortable taking apart a device and replacing a hard drive, regardless of how easy you may feel it is. Okay. Micah Kelly, just so you know, I'm not trying to pick a fight with you or anything like that, or calling you out, or trying to throw problems your way, but got a bunch of problems with this. Okay, the fact that I said in the video that the Xbox One internal hard drive was never meant to be replaced, I said that as a negative. Okay, that I'm aware of that. Okay, yeah, that's not a good thing, dude. All right, now the next thing you say is, despite what I believe, the solution is more elegant. Okay, you're talking about an external hard drive, okay? What can I say to this? I don't want to sound nasty. I don't want to, you know, be a jerk to you. But, bro, I'll tell you what. Let's leave the PlayStation 4 out of it for a second. No. The elegant solution was the Xbox 360's hard drive. As I mentioned in my last video, the first model, the initial model, you could just snap it right on top or on the side if you laid it down. And then the slim model, you just like popped off the side, slid it in. I think there might have been a screw you had to turn, and that was it. That's all there was to it. Okay? No external box, no wires, no USB ports being used. And guess what? The Xbox 360, maybe you already know this. Maybe this is what you were talking about in the rest of the comment. But the 360 also let you plug in an external hard drive to one of the USB ports, in addition to being able to switch out your regular hard drive. If the Xbox One did that, I wouldn't have said a word about it. I wouldn't have even made that video about the hard drives. Okay? In addition to is fine. Options are great. But as a substitution for an internal hard drive, you know, Microsoft saying, no, the internal one, you can't touch it. Unless you get a fucking engineering degree, you know, take it all apart carefully without fucking anything up, and you void your warranty. You know, that's what I don't like. They told their consumer base, no, you can only plug in an external. Don't even try to take out the internal because we made it hard as fuck. Okay? Now, you said, despite how easy I think it is to do an internal, dude, the PS4, it doesn't take much to do it. All right, I don't know if you saw the video, but all you do is simply pop off the plastic top. You undo one screw that points downwards, slide the tray out, then there's just 4 screws that hold the hard drive into the little tray. Little tiny screws. All you need is a small screwdriver, okay? It took me 5 minutes, all right? You're not touching components or sensitive motherboard pieces, none of that. You simply slide it out, put the new one in the tray, put those 4 screws to hold it back into place, slide it back into the PS4, put that downward screw back in to hold it in place, slide the black plastic thing back on, and you're done. Then all you have to do is just reinitialize the software, okay? Now, you say here, casuals have been doing it for years. Not sure what you're talking about here. First of all, everybody has different definitions of what casuals are, and I'm not even going to get into that here. But once again, I have to say, what are you talking about? Because, dude, let's again go back to the 360. Casuals did what I've been saying. They went to GameStop and bought Xbox 360 hard drives, or Best Buy, or whatever, and put them in their freaking 360s. They didn't go on Amazon and do a search for, external USB hard drives, so that they can put it on top of their 360. Like I said, maybe they did that in addition to some people, but casuals? No, if anything, it's the exact opposite. Casuals, however you want to define that, just replace the 360 hard drive like everybody did. Okay, so not sure what you mean there. Okay, the fact that the Xbox One only restricts you to an external hard drive is fucked up. Okay, now this last one is a comment that was up for a little while and then was deleted or removed because I couldn't find it when I went to do these screen caps. So I don't remember who it was. I didn't delete it. The person must have deleted it themselves or something. I don't know. So Unknown says, what makes the PS4 the default console this generation? Because I said that in my video. Now, first of all, I'm pretty sure that's how he phrased it. It was very short, just like that. The thing, now, when I said that, I wasn't saying it like it's an objective fact. That's my view on things right now, and I think I'm in pretty good company as well. For instance, if you look at the sales of multi-plat games, as a matter of fact, not most, I think every multi-plat has sold or is selling more on PS4 than Xbox One. A Call of Duty is selling more on PS4 than Xbox One. And if you know, for those of you that don't know, Call of Duty, while it's been multi-plat for the last freaking 10 years or whatever, Call of Duty has always been more associated with Xbox, right? They get the map packs 30 days in advance. They usually get exclusive advertising with Call of Duty. Yet Call of Duty's selling more on the PS4. What does that tell you? All right, a franchise more known to be an Xbox, even though, again, it's fucking multi-plat and has been so for God knows how long, more associated with Xbox, yet it's selling more on PS4, okay? If you look at gaming websites like IGN or Kotaku or GameSpot, right? Historically, for last gen, when you would watch reviews or gameplay footage or, where they would comment over it, usually you'd end up seeing button prompts on the screen that were Xbox 360 button prompts, right? And so they would always use the 360 as the go-to console last generation. I would agree. I did as well. Okay, the Xbox 360 was like the default, okay, for multiplats. But if you look now, look at a lot of reviews and gameplays now on these sites. You'll see the triangle button, RT, you know what I'm saying? Or R2 rather. You'll see PlayStation DualShock 4 button prompts. They're using the PS4 as the default now. Okay? So like I said, it's not an objective reality, but none of this stuff is. You know what I'm saying? But it just seems like it's kind of becoming this could change, I suppose. But it is the default console that a majority of gamers are going to, or the industry is going to. I've even heard a lot of developers prefer the GDDR5 RAM in the PS4. So that's what I meant when it's like I chose it as my default go-to multi-plat console this gen. That's why I bought it first. And I think I'm in pretty good company. So that's what I meant by that. Whoever it was who said that. If you want to let me know in the comments on this video who it was who said that. I don't remember, and why did you remove it? Because, I don't know. I didn't take it down. But that's it, guys. I hope this was informative. Maybe if you guys like this, I'll do more of these in the future, respond to some comments. So, yeah, that's it. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.